Last time on Take One, we celebrated the return of Boise State football. Jordan gave the freshmen some helpful tips for success, and Ben took over the Would You Rather segment with Kyle. On this week's episode, campus mask mandates and news from men's basketball. Also, just for laughs, some fun facts and a mysterious duck. These stories and more up next on Take One. Welcome to Take One. I'm Skylar Nations. As of August 12th, masks are required on campus once more, in indoor spaces and crowded outdoor spaces. But due to COVID vaccination access and changes in federal, state, and local guidelines, things at Boise State are going to look different than they did in the year 2020 to 2021 school year. The most notable change is that on-campus classroom capacities will be restored to their pre-pandemic numbers. Physical distancing in these spaces will no longer be required, but is still encouraged. The university will still engage in rigorous cleaning procedures, and hand washing and sanitizing is still recommended. In your classes, you should also have a permanent seat assignment for the purposes of contact tracing. COVID testing and vaccination is also free throughout the university, and they make it incredibly easy to make an appointment. Stay safe, Broncos, and wear your masks. Now over to you, Lexi.
Thanks, Skylar. Ever since Big City Coffee opted out of their contract and left Boise State last fall, the space in the library has been empty. And while we were all gone over the summer, Guru Donuts moved in. Over the years, the university has invited small local businesses onto campus to show support for the community around them. The other finalists for the spot were Poppy Seed Bakery and Cafe, Urban Fox Coffee and Boba, and Push and Pour, but Guru Donuts beat them all out. The company started in the north end of Boise in 2012 and found a permanent location downtown in 2016 at 10th and Main Street. They are known for their nationally award-winning donuts and for inspiring others to chase their own dreams. Now, you'll be able to stop in any day of the week for a fresh donut or two. Now, over to you, Jenna.
Thanks, Lexi. Boise State men's basketball coach Leon Rice announced Alexis Williams as the assistant to the head coach last Wednesday. Williams played one season for the Broncos as a grad transfer, where he started all 32 games in the 2017 to 2018 season. In his time here at Boise State, he earned honorable mention All-Mountain West and is best known for his game-winning half-court shot at Oregon. His role with men's basketball will be to work with the student athletes as he mentors them on their journey through college and into their professional life. He will also serve as the liaison between Rice and the department staff. Coach Rice told the media that he has always felt like he had a natural ability to lead, and Williams assures he is excited to be back in the community and with people who are invested in him. So with that, I'm looking forward to a great basketball season this winter, and as always, go Broncos. Now, let's send it over to Madeline, Caleb, and Sierra in the Spec Studio.
All right, Caleb, how you feeling?
I'm
First
feeling
time
great.
in front of the camera.
Oh, it's so exciting. You know, stepped on a lot of little people to get here today, but we're here. We're excited. We're happy. I can't wait to get started.
Yeah, well, just one thing. Try not to let the fame get to you. I know it's going to be hard, but...
Do not worry about me. Only bought one yacht this morning. We'll be fine. Got it under control.
Thank goodness. Well, most of us might not be in the market for a wedding cake right about now. But if you are, then I have a perfect opportunity for you. That is, if you're interested in dropping some serious cash on a single piece of 40-year-old cake from someone else's wedding. That's right, a slice of cake from Prince Charles and Princess Diana's wedding in July of 1981 is up for auction. There were 23 cakes made for the event, and this slice looks to be from the side of one or at the top of a single layer. And boy, time has not been kind to this slice, as you can see. It's been at an auction house since 2008, and it's just been sitting in a plastic-wrapped cake tin since then. But the auction house website says that it's still in good condition, but they do advise against eating it. But then again, imagine the bragging rights.
A 25-foot inflatable rubber duck named Joy appeared mysteriously in the harbor of a small town in Maine. Neighbors there are unclear as to where it came from, but they don't suspect any foul play. In fact, many seem to enjoy the presence of their new feathered friend. Officials say that the duck doesn't pose any navigational hazard, so it's more than welcome to stay. The harbor master did receive an anonymous letter claiming to be from the duck's owner, saying essentially, in this time of darkness, we all just need a little joy. But just as mysteriously as the duck appeared, it suddenly vanished. Some say it may have been removed due to weather concerns with a tropical storm heading through that area. One thing is for certain, however, it's likely the case of the giant rubber duck may never be quacked.
All right, hear me out. I think during finals week, we should get a giant rubber duck, just like Joy, and hopefully people will be a little happier then.
Bring some light during finals week. I like
totally.
it. I like it. Better yet, let's get a giant inflatable goose. I feel like that represents Boise State as a whole a lot more.
Boise State loves geese.
Oh, yeah,
that's one thing about us.
That's why we keep so many around.
Yes.
Well, now let's head outside for the Would You Rather segment with your usual host, Ryan.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 5 of Would You Rather. I'm your host, Ryan Seeker, and today we got a couple of awesome questions and a couple of awesome guests for today's episode. So let's just get right to it, folks. And we got Daniel in the house. Daniel, how you doing, my man?
Doing good, man. Glad to be here.
Glad you could join. First question here. Would you rather walk around the mall naked or your workspace?
Oh, definitely the mall. A lot of strangers, and I got to keep my job, bills. I got to pay for them.
Right. Well, how about this? What if you didn't lose your job?
I think I'm comfortable enough with my coworkers. They'll take it as a joke. I do joke a lot with them, so that'd be nice.
Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. Now on to this question. It's not a would you rather question, so here we go. You ready?
Right.
You're walking down the quad. 10 geese just come out of nowhere and start attacking you. Do you think you can win that fight?
Definitely not. The first encounter that I had with geese, I was longboarding around the green belt, and that little thing just came out of nowhere from the grass, knocked me off. It was the worst fall that I had in a long time. So no, I'll just run away.
I think I'd have to do the same thing, Daniel. Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thanks, man.
All right, now on to our next set of guests. We got 3 lovely ladies here. How we doing, ladies? One of them's in a boot, so she's kind of going through it right now.
Takes a minute. We good.
Yeah.
Okay, got a couple questions for you. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, first question. Would you rather walk around the mall naked or your workspace or wherever you work?
Mall, but like different state.
Yeah, the mall, but it's got to be a place where nobody knows who I am.
Different state, Madison. So what state would you choose?
Like Oklahoma, or Oklahoma.
You wouldn't go further east?
No.
You got to go to
Middle of
Nebraska
nowhere.
because Nebraska just doesn't exist. So
There you have it, folks. I'm pretty sure it doesn't either. All right, now here's a non-would you rather question. So here we go. You're just minding your own business, going to your next class, walking down the quad, and then all of a sudden, 10 geese, whole swarm of them just start attacking you. Can you win that fight? Do you like your chances?
yes.
Why?
I mean, I could be optimistic, but it's birds. Like,
It's just birds.
It's
Okay,
birds.
there you have it.
I'm saying absolutely not. I am running the other way. Don't want anything to do with it.
my dad raised 6 Canadian geese, so my answer is yes. I can take them on, just grab them by the neck and just.
And just huck them like nobody's business. Well, there you have it, folks. That concludes episode 5 of Would You Rather. I'm your host, Ryan Seekert. We'll see you next week.
All right, well, would you guys rather try and survive a zombie or robot apocalypse?
Okay, so I'm thinking zombie because you don't know how advanced the robot is, and technology has been progressing obviously a lot over the years. So I'm thinking I'd rather go up against a zombie. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking zombies are way scarier than robots. I don't think technology is advanced enough for robots to really be a threat.
Okay.
I mean, all you really got to do, hit them with that classic 0 times 0 question, their brains explode, it's over. Easiest apocalypse I've ever lived through.
So easy. What about you, Sierra?
There are so many movies against both of them. I Robot, I Am Legend, all of those. So I think neither, but if I had to pick one, probably I'd fight against zombies.
All right.
All right, these stories have been great and all, but most of us are Gen Z and we love to consume strange and pointless information, just as long as it's quick and to the point. or captures our attention. With that, here's 5 useless facts you didn't know you didn't need to hear. During the week of November 26th, Shrek the Third was the #1 DVD of 2007 in the United Kingdom. Darius Taylor just started working as the head coach of the Atlanta Dream women's national basketball team as of July. The Norwegian coastal town of Nixon's population fluctuates between about 40 people in the summer to about half a dozen who brave the harsh winters. Ohio is the only U.S. state not to share a letter with the word mackerel. Go ahead, test it out. Due to the total sodium content being 59,500 milligrams, you would die from eating 700 pickles in a burger. And there you have it. Now you can go about your day knowing these tidbits of information that now occupy space in your head. You're welcome.
Hey Caleb, I have another fun fact. Did you know that Abraham Lincoln was a champion wrestler and a licensed bartender?
You know, I didn't know that, but I think I could believe it. Abraham Lincoln beating up dudes sounds pretty real to me. Well, did you know that apparently in Pocatello, it's required by law to smile in public? Oh. You know, they say that they don't want a gloomy or angry atmosphere. It reflects negatively on the city's reputation, so.
Wow, well you learn something new every day. Now let's take a look at some old university television content.
You had a choice. Would you rather date a guy with a great personality and a great sense of humor who is very ugly, or a person that was very good looking with no personality and no sense of humor?
Well, probably the good looking, just because for me it's like if they're ugly, I wouldn't find out he has a great personality anyway, because I wouldn't want anything to do with him. So, you know, on that side, I wouldn't get to know him anyway, so I wouldn't know my loss.
Right.
You know.
All right. Well, I think I agree with you as well. I mean,
It's a sad truth. It is what it is.
Life is hard.
Unfortunately, you have to have plastic surgery to
Unless you're a
get
natural
a girl.
Unless you're a natural beauty like us. So.
Exactly. So is there anything else you'd like to add to that, Brandon?
Money helps. You got to have be pretty rich because women like money. I mean, they're not gonna date some schmuck that works at Walmart. I mean, that's just not how it's gonna be. So you definitely want to make sure that you get rich, filthy rich perhaps. That way, they can. You can spoil them, and then that way they can use your money.
So what would you say is the most important aspect for a man in a woman? Like when you had to choose from looks, personality, brains, or a sense of humor?
It's definitely got to be looks number one. Personality and brains come at the very bottom. I mean, that stuff is just really not important at all. So definitely, the looks, that is for me. I mean, I think that's the only thing that really matters.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that too. What do you think about that, Jasmine?
Well, looks are definitely most important to me. Money, not so much, because as of now, I have more money than my boyfriend, who's dirt broke.
Right.
So, it's not that important when you're in this situation.
Gotcha.
Sense of humor, higher than brains, because the guy can't take a joke. It's just boring.
Right.
So, yeah, money maybe not too important for me, but looks, bottom line, gotta be good looking.
Yeah. So what made you want to start prowling on innocent girls?
Well, I think it really goes back to, when I was younger. I constantly would, I always wanted more, I never got the attention I deserved as a young boy.
All right, that's pretty creepy.
I am the prowler.
Yeah, I guess you are. And what do you think about this, Misha?
Well, we've been dating for a little while now, and he's a really nice guy. I feel like a lot of people they just have these misconceptions of him. He even apologized, like he's just so sweet. And people need to know that.
Okay. And I saw a clip on the news, a psychologist actually analyzed you and said you have an obsession with just watching people sleep. It's kind of like messing with their heads. Is that true?
Well, if you live on campus, and especially the income I have, you don't have very good cable television, and, well, there's just not very many channels to watch people sleep on, and I find it much more interesting in person.
Great.
It's not creepy at all. It's
No?
Nope.
So does he watch you sleep sometimes?
I couldn't tell yet. I couldn't tell
That's
yet.
how we met, actually.
But
the first
I
month,
was asleep.
Yes.
But you woke up because you obviously met, right?
Indeed.
She didn't know we were dating for the first month, but right around the 5th week, I introduced myself to her.
This guy.
Well, this sounds like an awesome relationship. Sounds really happy.
Wow.
Wow.
That was a lot.
That left me speechless. Truly.
You know, it's a different time. Things were very different back then. You know, these days, you know, requirements for dating have changed. What's considered an acceptable time to watch someone sleep has changed.
Totally, I know.
You know, these days, I don't date anyone who has less than 1,000 followers on TikTok.
Oh, same.
So, yeah, just
no.
different culture.
Totally different culture these days.
All right, now let's toss it back to Skylar, Lexi, and Jenna in the 360 studio.
Thanks, Sierra. On Thursday, August 26th, also known as National Dog Day, a very special Bronco, Cowboy Cole, passed away. Cole was known as the T-Dog for Boise State football and was a fan favorite on game day. He was 11 years old before passing and goes down in history as the single most popular T and bat dog in pro and college sports. He has made over 500 appearances on local, national, and international television with features on Animal Planet, The Today Show, and Barstool Sports. Cole was spending time with his owners, the Clausen family, at their ranch in Pocatello, Idaho. After not feeling well, he was taken to the veterinarian where they found a cancerous tumor on his spinal column. Cole's legacy lives on as his son Blitz will be following in his dad's paws as the new T-Dog for Boise State football. Cowboy Cole will forever be in the hearts of Boise State fans, and we hope he is chasing all the kickoff tees in heaven. And that's all the time we have for today. Thanks to all the crew and writers for this episode. I'm Lexi Almedo.
I'm Skylar Nations.
And I'm Jenna Vitamonte. Join us next time on Take One, where we'll discuss some updates in the Activision Blizzard lawsuits and an interesting story about a snake in a grocery store. We'll see you next time on Take One.